wasn't doing the preparation. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't know, dude. Good luck trying to face him.
I told you it's a different game when you're the host, when your internet is higher. I'm telling you,
No
it's gonna.
matter what, I hosted 2 games out of the three and destroyed me all 3 games. Didn't
No, I
matter.
mean when your internet is higher.
I don't know. Again, I couldn't. The game wasn't giving me anything either, so it is what it is.
The gameplay is different when your internet is higher. That's all I know. It's a lot of shit.
I know he was eating that up real good too. Beat me 3 straight.
Oh yeah.
I know he got a hard on for that.
Video link. Oh yeah, he came in to beat you 3 straight. He needed that. Fuck.
I hope he gets upset so bad. Hope someone comes in there and whoops his ass.
All right, let's go. We are now live, which and everybody's hearing that now. I sent the link over email, so now we can send it to everyone. Gmail. Oh, here we go. All right, I'm sending this to everyone, letting them know we're live. Let's start this bad boy up. If you want to do any just wrap up of the season. Opal, by the way, is hitting me up. I know this is live anyway, but Opal's hitting me up saying he's possibly can play his game, but I guess we should just talk about that.
I've already got El Garino pumped up to do this. He's out. I can't.
Yeah.
I cannot swap.
We can talk about that afterwards. Let's talk about that afterwards.
Yeah, I can't mess with Opal, dude. He's a mess. I don't want to.
Wait. We're live. We're live. All right, so I'm just gonna send these dudes. I'm sending it in Discord too. Send this shit everywhere. It's annoying. Who's that? Mike is sending Too Hot sending the payout. That's not going to be the payout. It's going to be explained here.
I posted underneath it that wasn't the final payout.
Yeah, well, it's now going to be a slight change to adjust for a few things. So let's start this bad boy up. I think I'm just going to hit play and mute over here just to see how long we've been going. And it says that we have been going. We're live for. It's lying. It's saying 3 seconds. No, 18 seconds. I thought we were longer than that. All right. So I don't need to hear myself. So stop the YouTube. I'm gonna join back on. I'm gonna have to mute one of these bad boys, but not right now. I'm just gonna go on the standings page and go back to the Zoom call. And what's up, everybody? We are live. Tim is here. I'm here. I got myself in this call twice. It's just to illustrate how we're gonna run the postseason. I'm in here on my cell phone, and I'm in the call on my laptop, and I have my TV all waiting and ready to go. And before we get into how the whole postseason should go down, I just want to say everyone, hell of a job playing. 114 games this damn season. It was as long as hell. It's been a grind. And we're finally done. We are to the point of the playoff, the postseason. And the idea was to structure the payouts on when people will really be more focused. I felt like throughout the season, people will probably be up and down sliding scale based on your win-loss and how your team is doing and stress and all this stuff. So for a change, we wanted to run a postseason in where we wanted to run the payoff for the league where guys will be more focused and you've played over a bunch of games, so you understand your team. So this is going to be your best playing skill, we could say at this point, because you played a shit ton of scrimmage games, preseason, a whole 114 season game, and now we're going to have you play short matches to see what the payout structure will be for the $3,900. Based on where you're ranked 1 through 13, you'll be playing more games, less games, so on and so forth. I'm just going to share my screen real quick and go over that, and then I'm going to show you the standings. There's some guys that still need to cover some games, and we need you guys to play those games as soon as possible. And let's get this baby going. We want to be quick. So I want to go, you know what, the proper thing to do, because you guys don't watch the whole of these damn videos. And then you always ask 10 million questions over, as that went over in the video. I'm going to share instead the points, or the breakdown of how this video explaining everything will be, so you guys will know from the start that we discussed everything that you're asking, and you probably should wait through the rest of the video. So if you look here, we built a talking point segment. First, we're going to talk about a checklist that everyone must go through before getting into a playoff game. Then right after that, we'll talk about the qualifying round, which is the 12 versus the 13th seed match. And so one game, do or die, being played today. And by the way, all of the postseason will be scheduled. So guys, it's not a free form, just tell me when you feel like playing type of deal. We have a schedule for everything. And then we're going to go into the wild card sort of a play-in round. Then we're going to talk about the divisional round, which is the round where the top 4 seed guys are waiting. That will be a best of 5 games. The wild card play-in round will be a best of 3 games. Then after that, we'll talk about the round after the wild card round. Every round after that will be 7-game series. And the payout structure that we're discussing here is what follows. I know Too Hot posted the one that we had earlier. It's a little bit of confusion that I posted earlier when I written that out. This still follows a lot of what that was, except it's a little bit more clear, and there's like 1 or 2 new things. Then we're going to speak about the conference final match. It's going to be 7 games as well in the World Series. We're going to talk about last. It's going to be 7 games as well. And you see we have dates for the start and the length of each of these series going. So, just go back to real quick to the season wrap. We want to wrap the season and talk about we want to talk about the standings. Let me go to the standings page real quick. And we see here where everyone is. We got the Rays and the Rangers looking to wrap up, a game or 2 on their schedule still, and that'll lock in the number 1 seed. It's not going to change much anywhere else after that. There are 1 or 2 games remaining. There's also some guys I've noticed that still need to play. I think the Rockies, I thought, still needs to play a game. 65 and 48 looks like 1 game is missing, or maybe I didn't update the standings on that properly. So there's 1 or 2 games elsewhere throughout this, but none of it affects the standings except that Rays series. So once the Rays win, he will take the number 1 seed. If he loses both games, he will be the number 2 seed, and we're not going to go off a head-to-head. we're going off a run scored as a tiebreaker. So if he loses both of those games, that'll make him 89 and 25, forcing him out to the number 2 because the guy too hot behind him has 718 runs scored. So the tiebreaker is run scored. For you guys that don't know that, I believe when I looked at it, it looks like someone else here. The Blue Jays is likely to have a game left to be played, and the tiebreaker is runs scored. So if the Blue Jays ties the White Sox, unless I need to go into the league and check, I'm just going to do that real quick right now. If he ties the White Sox in record in 45 and 70, Blue Jays will move up to number 8 seed, and the White Sox will be the number 9 seed. So let's just take a look real quick. I'm jumping on the game and blah, 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 blah. Nope, actually, I'm incorrect. The White Sox has already earned that number 8 seed. He's 45 and 69, and then 44 and 70 completes the Blue Jay season. So both sides, it's already set. I'm going to show you that bracket real quick. We're going to fire through these things so this video doesn't take forever. So here's the playoff bracket for the American League. And we're going to look at the National League in a sec. I'm just going to zoom in. Where's the view? Zoom in to 120. 75. Let's see, 100%. All right. So I'm zoomed in here, and here's your American League bracket. It's pretty self-explanatory after you look at the set standings. We're just waiting on 1 game or 2 games from the Rays, but here it is. And then scrolling down now, looking at the National League, here's what you got. I'll just leave it there for a second just for you guys to soak it in. But the bracket is going to be this way, and this is how we'll run the playoffs. And as you can see on the top here, I'm explaining the payouts. So quickly, I'll explain it on here, and then I'll run through it I'll go to the order of our meeting. So the guys playing this 1 game, do or die, the loser will get $20. That's the adjustment from the last, the first post of this. We didn't have a payout yet set for the loser of this game. So the loser of this game gets $20. The winner advances into this area where they would play the Red Sox. So the Pirates and the Athletics play each other. The winner plays the Red Sox, and the loser gets $20. Thank you very much. You've done a solid season. Appreciate everything. Can't say anything else. It's been a kick-ass year. Going forward, this play-in game round, the round before the division or the first round, division series round, this will be 3 games. The winner of this round will earn $30. The loser of this round will be done for the season. You will get your $20. Thanks for playing. Hell of a year and a grind, and you win. You earn more as you keep playing.
Game, right?
Now going into the first round and the second round of the playoffs, has been a change. We're sort of like locking out some winning totals and amounts on the first round here and the second round here. Sort of with some minimum values in the sense of, hey, you've been the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 seed. What happens if you get swept here and you get $0? So we're having some minimum payouts, and I'll explain that when we get to that part of the conversation. And similarly, going forward into the second round. So we want some baselines for guys making the top 4 seeds, sort of a walk away type of deal. Even if you lose as a top 4 seed in this area, you're waiting 4 days. This series will be played today. The next series will be played in 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And and then you guys start up on Monday. So you guys are chilling out for 4 days and waiting to see how, who you'll face. But let's get into the order of this meeting, because that was the wrap of the season, and this is where everyone stands right now. We also have sent out league invites to the playoff league. You're no longer playing in the season league. You are playing in the playoff league. So get your invite. Go ahead and take a look at your team. Let us know if there's anyone missing. We completed the trades and so on and so forth in that league. So let us know if the trades look right. All right. So now we're going to get into the order of this meeting. I'm going to share my screen on the order of this meeting. Tim is going to start talking with me as we go over the important topics of this damn meeting. And for some reason, oh, there we go. So now I'm going to pull up my cell phone, and we got a surprise for you guys. This is what we're going with as far as the postseason. Every game will be done live over Zoom. We're going to run 2 Zoom calls. That's the first point you see here. Every game will be done live over Zoom calls. We're gonna set up 2 Zoom calls. Tim is gonna host a Zoom call. I'm gonna host a Zoom call. One of us will be broadcasting the game, just like you see here, broadcasting the game to YouTube, and the other will just be in the game watching. Tim and I will be on both calls, and you guys have a sort of a checklist to run through before you get in the game. So this is why I have my cell phone here, to give you an example of what the checklist will be like. Let me jump back on the Zoom call on my cell phone. So you can handle the Zoom call on your cell phone if you like. You can handle the Zoom call on a laptop. I have my laptop available. So I can choose to do either. You could choose to do either. But if you were to do the call over your cell, you would make sure you're not on no Wi-Fi. We don't believe that it'll hurt the Wi-Fi being in the Zoom call like this anyway. I'm just gonna stop this and change the view. There we go. I'm gonna highlight this view. Pin video, right? So we're going to ask you to be like this. So I'm showing you the call right now, the Zoom call from my cell phone view. And you can get in the call and be ready to broadcast or set your phone down so it's showing the TV. You see, I got like a table here. I'll probably throw a box to give it a higher standing platform. But you get on the call with us. You show us something like this. Hey, here's my TV setup. Here's my router, modem, and all of this going on. We want to see something like this. We don't want to see laptops, modem. We don't want to see, your PlayStation is going through a computer or anything funky. It's just got to be your TV, your router, modem, and PlayStation. Anything else, we're going to ask you to disconnect it and just be like this. If this was a playoff game, I'd say, yo, what's up, Tim? What's up, King? Here we go. I'm ready to play my game. Take a look at my setup. This is just going to take about, 30 seconds? Here you go. Here's my my modem is coming in out of this Faraday cage here. I got a battery backup and all that going on in there. Verizon is the best. There's my LAN cable coming straight all the way here. It's hitting my router. Got a cool new router, I like it. Then my PlayStation Cat 5 is coming from that router, back of my PlayStation here. You see I'm wired. Here's my HDMI. Pretty simple, straightforward. Going to the TV. HDMI wraps around. There's my TV. Boom. I'm connected. If you want, you can see there's my serial number again. From what I told you guys, TV I'm playing on. If you want, you're seeing all the transparency all the way here. You're seeing it's a Sharp. I told you I was playing on a Sharp TV. And then lastly, lastly, let's go do a quick speed test. We jump out of this. We do a connection speed test. I verify also that no one else is on my connection in the house so we can get a smooth game. If the speed test comes back any funky, we'll do a few things to make sure it's pretty good for the game. But there's my speed test. And lastly, here is my offline settings as per league criteria. User settings, gameplay options, and I can just sit this in front of my TV here for you guys to see and the league to see. Batting, base running, pitching, and give us a good view. Guys zoom all the way up, or they come too close, they come too far. Just sit right in front of the shit right here and show us everything. I don't want to just see here and then I say, oh, show me the back out a little bit. Let's just make it pretty straightforward. Let's be, advanced. Everything shouldn't have to be explained to you. You can see it yourself that you're not showing enough of the TV. So, I don't want to have to keep telling you, hey, can you back out, back in? I'm pretty impatient nowadays with the obvious stuff. So here we go, fielding, general, R2, advanced, blah, blah, blah. And this is just, 2 minutes, 1 minute? We're done. Go into your game. Set your phone down in a format that will show the TV, and feel free to play a game. The home team will be the guy that's going to be broadcasted live to YouTube. The away team will be on another call with Tim or myself. And we're going to be on 2 Zoom calls. So I'll be hosting a Zoom call and I'll invite Tim into it. He can use his cell phone, and then he'll be on a Zoom call on his laptop and he'll invite me and I'll use my cell phone. So we're tracking you guys, both the home team and the away team, and everyone can see a playoff game, and we can invite as many people as we want. So let's say, it's 2 games going on. Whoever is going to be hosting will join. Let's say I'm the one that's broadcasting live. So all the home teams will join in on my call. We'll send a link. Hey, the Pirates versus the Athletics game is starting at 7. The Brewers versus the Cardinals game is starting at 8. This shit can still be done. The Athletics is set up to host that 1 game, and the Cardinals is set up to host that 1 game. So once that game starts with the Athletics and Pirates, Bud Ball will be on a call with me. I'll host that game. We'll be live on YouTube like this. You can see there's 3 screens showing. I can set the call to show only the game screens. You don't need to see me. And then so now Mammoth's game start. Mammoth joins a call with me. His opponent joins Tim's call, and both games can be seen live just like this. And the same thing will happen for all the other rounds. If guys have games around the same time, we'll show 4 games. We'll show, it'll be entertaining. Should be fun. I'm excited. And that's basically the rundown on what we got set up for you guys for the postseason. I'm going to unpin this video now. And then
you hear me? Because I haven't been can you hear me, King? King, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm going to unpin this video and
stage for a second.
And put Tim on. Tim wants to say some stuff, but let me at the same time let me just share my screen again of the talking points. All right, so that's the breakdown of what we want to see for the postseason. Besides that, there's all this gameplay and etiquette that Tim wants to talk about from you guys in the postseason.
Yeah, first of all, King had to get kind of.
You're coming in kind of low on mine.
Am I?
So I don't know if you might be fine. It's just my laptop. I got it on low. Hold on. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll be right there. We'll do the homework in a second. Okay.
Daddy, I can bring it in here.
No, I got to do this real first, and then we'll work on that. Okay. Okay. Honey.
You're good, brother. Go right ahead.
Okay, I'm on video. Can you go? All right. It's my daughter, guys. Can you hear me? All right.
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. First of all, I wanted to get kind of back up because King kind of went straight forward, and talk about the regular season a little bit. For the majority of you guys, and you know who you are, I'm not going to bust out with names because I kind of want to, because I'm really upset with some of these guys this season, especially the guys that maybe did not do as well as they thought they were going to do, or for whatever reason could not handle their emotions in the game throughout the season. But I mean, me and King are big time video YouTube watchers. We watched a lot of the games that were being posted on our YouTube channel, and between me and my son playing in the same house, I got to see a lot of his games. I obviously played my games, so I got to see a really wide variety of guys, and the majority of you, I'd say 3/4 of you, did an excellent job this year. And who you guys are. Braves fan, Tat Lawson. You guys came in and did a lot of extra subbing games for the National League. Vice versa, there was other guys from the National League that helped out with the American League to get this game through. I want to give props to El Garino, who is now Muta Ninja, for coming in and playing a huge role in getting a lot of these series completed with guys that were struggling throughout the year. So I just wanted to, drop some names out with guys, and big props. If I didn't say your name and you did help out, just know that me and Kings really appreciate your time and effort. But in terms of the last quarter of the league, there are guys that just complained a lot throughout the year. There are guys that were throwing games in terms of, getting upset because the call didn't go their way, or, they're losing the game by a lot of runs. And they just said, because this new mercy rule got thrown into play, they just said, you know what, I'm already down 7-8 runs. Screw it. I'm just going to throw fastballs down the middle of the plate and give these guys a mercy win. So for those guys, I don't know, man. I'm really disappointed because we work real hard to put these leagues together, and for you guys to just be like, you know what, fuck it, I don't care. It's kind of a slap in our face. So I'd appreciate, and you guys know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to drop any names, but you guys know who I'm talking about in terms of the complainers. The guys that are ruining other opponents' experiences in games because they're just pissed off or having a bad day, or can't control their emotions, or whatever the case may be. If this gets pulled off in the playoffs, I'm just gonna, if I see anything, and me and King are gonna be on these Zoom calls, we're gonna be watching all the games. If I see anything, I'm just gonna tell you to get out of the game. You're gonna forfeit the series, and I'll just move your opponent to the next series. We're not going to play this type of game. There's a lot of money involved. There's a lot of work that's involved in getting all this off the ground. And if you guys can't respect our rules and regulations, and the fact that we want you to hold yourself accountable and be respectful and play the game out 100% and try hard every single game, every single out, then we don't want you here. And we certainly don't want you here for the playoff. So all the guys that did great this year, big time kudos. 114 games is a mental grind. You're dealing with all the other things that are going on in life, your families, your friends. Now we're dealing with a pandemic. There's so many different factors, and we've ran into all of them throughout the year. Trust me, we've had guys that ended up catching the virus. We've had guys that had family that got the virus. We've had so many different, obstacles that we'd have to overcome. So big props to all the guys that aren't the last quarter of the league that are doing these types of things in games. Big props to you guys. Mad love for you guys. But the last quarter of the league, and you know who you are. It's just, very disappointed. In terms of the in-game playoff etiquette. Pausing games to switch your position in the field is going to be limited to 2 times per inning. You cannot do this between every at bat. It really, really hurts your opponent's ability to get into a rhythm into the game. You're not helping them get into a hitting rhythm. You're just helping them stay focused on the ball and not having a pause screen pop up every 5 seconds. So only 2 times per inning are you allowed to change your infield or outfield. In terms of coming set with your pitcher, please, guys, no matter how frustrated you get, these going to be high intense games. Make sure you come set with your pitchers at all times. Do not try
Speed
to
up, speed pitching, because guys also speed pitch once something bad happens.
right. And
It
then there's
happens to all
guys.
of us. It
And
happens to all of us. So just pay attention.
There's also speed pitching and pitching's too slow. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's a middle ground that we're looking for. You can either go here and pitch too fast or go here and pitch too slow. We want you in the middle. Okay, keep the rhythm going. Don't change your rhythm too often. Keep it solid for everybody. Remember, your opponent's experience is the most important thing. Don't be selfish. Don't try and do things to give yourself an advantage or to keep somebody off balance. You do that by locating your pitches. You do that by changing your pitch speed on the meter. There's so many different things that you can do to keep somebody off balance. The not coming set, the speed pitching, the slow pitching, it's just not needed. We do not want these games lasting an hour and a half if you're taking 15 minutes in between each pitch. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, guys. So keep the rhythm fluent throughout the game and make sure that you come set and do not lose your emotional cool. You're going to be on live broadcast. People are going to be watching you make a complete and utter fool of yourself if you're going to sit there and act the way some of these guys have during the regular season. I understand it was 114 games. That's not an easy task in itself, but we really we brought in we assumed that we brought in mature adults into this league, and some of you guys are not acting that way. So if you cannot control yourself, and I see that, or King sees that, we're just going to let you go, and your opponent will advance, and you'll just get kicked out of the playoffs. We're not going to deal with this. It's ridiculous. We're all grown men here. This is competitive baseball, but it's also respectful, and your sportsmanship means everything. So please, guys, get your emotions in check. Get ready for tight games, get ready for intense games, and get ready for the possibility of you losing on a walk-off or you losing 15-0. We don't know what's going to happen in these playoffs. All we can ask you to do is do the right thing, keep your cool, do not, continue to throw your pitches in the locations that you want them to go. Whether they go there or not, it's the game. There's nothing we can do. You have to keep fighting and keep battling. Do not give up. Other than that, in terms of how we're setting up these playoff games, we are going to catch somebody if they're doing anything wrong. If you're trying to do anything to manipulate these games, we are going to find out through this version of Zoom meetings during games, so that me and King can literally monitor every single playoff game that's going on. We're doing this for a reason. We don't know you guys, all of you guys, personally. We haven't flown out to the cities that you live in or the town that you live in and hung out with you. We don't know how honest you guys are. All we do, everything's based on the honor rule. And to be honest with you, we don't know what's really going on. So we're going to find out. So if you guys had anything up your sleeve for any reason, it's not going to happen during this playoffs. So you're going to have to beat your opponent straight up legit. Okay. And we're hoping that everybody did that all year, but we can't tell because we don't have a camera in everybody's room. But now we do. And we're going to find out if you're doing anything wrong. So please play the game straight up. Enjoy it. It's going to be intense. Your anxiety is going to be high. Your emotions are going to be high. So to be able to harness all of that, stay focused on the game is not an easy thing. And we're realizing through the regular season that there's guys that just can't do that consistently. So if you're going into these playoffs and you approach it the same way you do in the regular season, and it comes off bad in any way, we're just going to let you go. Okay. I'm really excited about these playoffs. This is a setup and a bracket that we've never experienced before. We're giving guys that have never got the taste of any playoff games at all. You guys are going to get chances. The Mammoths, the Bud Bowls, all these guys that have struggled to get into the playoffs because they're facing really good talent every year in and year out. They miss the playoffs, whatever the case may be. You guys are going to get a shot at giving it your best shot and trying to get as far as you can in this tournament. So, best of luck to everybody. Let's have some fun. Fun. Obviously, very competitive games, but let's keep our cool. Let's be respectful and let the best player win.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll second on what Tim just said there, and I'll just change the video from I'll just second on what Tim says there in the sense of, it's possible that anything can go down and people get frustrated and then we'll have to make a decision. We're not going to argue this thing out. We're just going to do a quick rational decision, and the rational decision is always going to be to decide whether someone is done for the year or we can keep playing. And 9 times out of 10, once you're in a game and things go shitty and wild, it's likely going to be you're done for the year. All right, moving on. Something crazy that's too out of whack, and we can't go back. Oh, go back. We're not going. Oh, let's go back and replay the whole game. Let's go back 3 innings. Nope. Listen, it's going to be quick, said and done for game situations. There's going to be multiple game series, so you can lose a game that fast if you can't do something on the up and up. It's just plain and simple as that. And I don't want to, hang on it too long, so we're going to move on back to where we were on the topic list. I actually jerry-rigged my phone really quick. So I wanted to show you guys, to show my TV. See, like I can be on my phone only and show you guys. I want to get a full view, man. Don't give me no bullshit half-ass view. Don't let me have to say I can come in there and get a better view than that from you guys. Get a full view. Back the phone up. This isn't rocket science. This is a little bit of science, but it ain't rocket damn science. And go ahead, play a game like that. It should go smooth. Look, I just jerry-rigged my phone really quick with a desk. I can use my chair. I can use my laptop, and
you can use anything.
Use a box. I don't give a shit what you use. You can get in a game and the game looks cool like this. Let's see something like legit too for the damn postseason. Let's not just look like we're looking through a rat hole. Yeah, I can turn the TV more. I can do all sorts of shit to make the shit look legit. And please, everyone, do the same damn thing. It's not rocket science. Honestly, for you guys, once it's time for my game, I'll have a dope ass setup because I want to see it back later on live and say, oh, damn, I can actually sit back and watch this as if I were playing it. So let's go back into now the breakdown of how these payouts will happen for the postseason. So we got our first play-in games. Everything is gonna follow a schedule, guys. Just so you know, I'm gonna keep saying this, but we're gonna post this also on the web, or Discord. Everything, all the series are following a schedule. I can run through it really quick right now. The 1-game playoffs all done today. The 3-game series in the play-in games round are gonna be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We expect that to be crazy. We expect to have a lot of games going around at the same time. And on Monday, that very next day, we're going straight into the division series round, which is similar to that playing game round. It'll be the same amount of teams, 16 teams playing. And there's no day offs there either, because in that 5-game series, it's likely that some people don't even go 5 games, so why give a day off? It might not be every series going 5 days, so we don't want this thing to drag out. When we get to 7-game series, we will give 2 days off because that's a more lengthy series and guys might not be able to play back to back to back to back to back as that often. But there'll be 2 days off for the 7-game series, no days off for a 1-game, 3-game, or a 5-game series. We have a 1-game series tonight. We have a 3-game series after that, the wild card playing game round. We have a 5-game series after that, Monday to Friday, the division series round. The top 4 seeds finally get a chance to play. And then we have 3 sets of 7-game series. We got after the division series is played, the top 4 guys first series into the playoffs. There's a round after that, so that's going to be 7 games. Then it's the conference series round after that. The winner of the American League and the National League will be decided that's 7 games. And then the World Series will be 7 games. So you got 9, 9, 9. You got 27 days in those 3 series. This playoffs is going to go over a month. So we don't want to drag this out any longer. Everybody do your best to be available. You've been doing this anyway all year. The guys that are going to be playing this 3-game series, it's always been 3 games in 4 days. Consider today as your day off in those 3 games in 4 days. Relax a bit and get ready to play 3 games through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You win the first 2 games, that's it. You get an extra day off again, So we don't expect all the games to go 3. We might get a good few. We might get some also going just 2 games. So the days off doesn't need to be that often. So I'm just going to go back to the talking points so you guys can see. Share my screen.
There's some important things in terms of your network in your home that we're going to talk about. While you cannot use your Zoom call has to be on the cellular network.
Right. So that's the last point, actually, Tim. Sorry to interrupt you. That's the last point here on this checklist that everyone must go through before starting a game. And the last point is the use of your cell phone or a laptop to be in the Zoom call while you play this game has got to be over your mobile network. So that means from your cell phone, you're just going to turn off your Wi-Fi. And if you want to use your laptop, which likely I'm going to do because I think it will get a better view of my TV, I will open up the hotspot on my cell phone and I will connect to the hotspot from on my laptop and I'll join the Zoom call. Pretty straightforward. So here's the process for all the playoff series. For all the playoff series, you're going to be naming the starting pitchers for the mandatory amount of games. In a 1-game series, there's only 1 game. You name that 1 starting pitcher you're going to use. In a 3-game series, it's possible you win the first 2 games. So you only name the first 2 starters as required. At the end of that game number 2, you will name your game 3 starter. In a 4-game series, you will name your first 4 starters. And at the end of every next game 5, at the end of game 4, you name the number 5 starter. At the end of game 5, you name the number 6 starter. At the end of game 6, you name the number 7 starter. If it goes that far, if necessary. So that's the way we're going to play it out. But now let's go back to explain how the monies get worked out. So basically, this whole everyone makes the playoffs is tricky because people can think, well, let's seed it and set it up as traditional, high plays low, and so on and so forth. But what's the concept behind this whole thing is instead of paying out guys for regular season, where guys are, like Tim is just going over, guys, you fade during the regular season. Your team is pissing you off. The game is pissing you off. The money aspect sort of gets lost within that process. And then also the money isn't really divided properly throughout of a playoff structure. You get a World Series guy just taking all the money, the winner, and then guys making it as far as a conference match or to the World Series, just basically still getting a little bit over the money back. So this structure is more balanced and it's more evenly broken down to sort of pay out the guys that keep playing further. And if you won the right to already start off in the division series, then you got a chance to even make more bucks. So Starting out with the guys at the very end, guys at 12 and 13, you will play a 1-game series, both the National League and the American League. You name the starting pitchers. I've already created a thread on Discord for the starting pitchers to be named. I will create a thread for every series, on a channel for every series, and only if you're in that round, you list your starting pitchers as requested here. Name only the pitchers that you need to name, and then edit your post once you go to a game 4 or a game 5, and so on and so forth. So short and sweet, the winning team of this 12 versus 13 matchup gets to move on into the wild card round. The losing team, we thank you for playing. It's been great. You earned $20, and it's been great, and you've done a solid job. Moving forward now into this wild card round, it's 4 series on the American League side and 4 series on the National League side. You name your first 2 starting pitchers. With the channel will be posted, so go ahead and do it once the channel is posted. Game 1 is on Friday. Game 2 is on Saturday. Game 3 is, if necessary, on Sunday. An exact time needs to be set and text to Tim and myself. We will create text between these opponents, and you guys set up your times and let us know the exact start time, because we have to be ready with the Zoom call. The winner of this round actually gets a payout. So the winner of this round wins $30. The loser of this round gets $20. Thank you for playing. Your season is over. We look forward to another league. Hopefully, PlayStation 5 brings us that. Then we move into the round of best of 8. This is the division series round. This is where there's only 8 teams remaining in the American League, 8 teams remaining in the National League. And it's a 5-game series. You name your first 3 starting pitchers, and the dates are already locked from Monday to Friday. The thread or the channel will be posted on Discord for you to post the starting pitchers. You will post your game 4 starting pitcher at the end of game 3. You'll post your game 5 starting pitcher at the end of game 4. The winning team advances to the round of 4. And now the update on the payout now is the number 1 through 4 seeds are guaranteed $60. So whether you lose or you win this series, you're leaving with $60. So, if there is an upset, it may happen. We want to make sure that the guys that are top seed minimum get $60. It is a $20 per game structure, but we're going away from that in a sense of making sure that the top 4 seed doesn't just leave with $20. So you can leave with $60, and the challenger coming in to this round, the max you can win is $40. Win or lose, you're going to get $40. So you lose the series, you'll get $40. You win the series as a top 4 seed, you get $60. You win the seed, you lose the series as a top 4 seed, you get $60. You win it, you get $60. It's just plain as that. You lose it as a challenger, you get $40. You win it as a challenger, you get $40. So it's pretty straightforward. So at the end of this, the guys who've made it into this round coming from the wild card area, they're going to be at $70, whether you win or lose. The guys who have won it, if you're a 1 to 4 seed, if you won it, you're at $60. If you've lost it, you're at $60. It doesn't matter, because if you won it, you're going to go on to make more money. So it's not a big deal. So going into the next round, we're going to also have a sort of a minimum payout thing going on here, so that guys can leave with a good amount of cash coming into this round. So this round will be the 4 teams remaining in the AL, 4 teams remaining in the NL. It'll last, it'll be 7-game series. It'll go for 9 days, starting Saturday, October the 31st. You name your first For starting pitchers, you both have to agree on the days off at the beginning of the series. If there's a change, you have to contact us and let us know. The channel will be created for you to do this. The starting pitchers of game 5, 6, and 7, if necessary, will be named just as in the other series. And now here goes the minimum payout structure. There will be a minimum payout of $80 to the loser of this series. So this $280 is allocated for this series in the American League and the National League. There will be 2 of these series in the American League. There'll be 2 of these series in the National League. $280 per series will be allocated, and it's $40 per win. So if you are able, you're good. If you are able, you can turn it to you. If you are able to win 3 games in this series, you would have won $120. If you win 1 game in this series, you're still walking away with a minimum of $80. If the series just goes 5 games. If the series goes 6 games, you would have won the minimum anyway, $80. So what is happening here? Let's say you're a 1 to 4 seed and you got $60. That's the most you could have gotten in that first round. And you make it over to the next round and you only win 1 game or you get swept. We don't want that you've made it this far to just walk away with $60. Even if you get swept, we want you to get 80 plus 60. That gives you 140, almost all your money back. Thanks for playing, good season. If you do even better and push it to a World 7 game and still lose, then you would have won a little bit more than your money back, which would be 180. So you will get 180 and an exit. Thanks for playing. You've done well. Solid season. And then the winner of this would be at. So you would, if you won the series, that means you would have won 4 games. 4 times 40 is 160. So coming from the previous round, you would already have $60 if you were a division winner. If you are a wild card winner, you would have $70. You're $10 over. And you would have 70 plus 160, which will give you 230. If you're a 1 to 4 seed, you will have $220 going into the next round. So we feel this is suffice enough to where we stop the limitations of where we stop the minimum value. So going in now to the conference final, the winners of those series will either be at $220 or $230 in their pocket. And coming into this series, another 7-game series, it will be $60 per win. There is no minimum payout. Go out there and try to do your best to win. So if you come into this series and you sweep the guy, you take the whole 420. So that's 220 plus 420. That gives you $640. If you lose a game, then you're $60 less. If you lose 2 games, if it goes 7 games, you're 4 times 60. That's $240. So if you go 7 games in this series, you would have 220 plus 240, which is $460. So you're already going into the World Series with a payout of $460 guaranteed without even playing a game in the World Series. This is way better than we've ever done. And this is for multiple guys. This is not just one guy. You're going to end up having 3-4 guys getting $400. This is a balanced payout structure for guys who keep making it far and deeper into the playoff process. So,
and let me throw something in there. I was not a huge fan of the seeding of all this. I'll be the first to admit. But as I looked into it and he explained to me the payout, it makes sense. And like I said, I'm more of a traditional guy, like the NCAA bracket, where the lowest seed face the highest seed in the first round. But we've got some really competitive games going into this 3-game series this first round, this 3-game series round, that are going to be absolutely amazing. You have every single seed is playing either a seed above them or one below them. So they're going to be very competitive. A lot of them I see going 3 games, the full length. So and as you move forward, you only earn as you win, and you earn a little bit even if you don't win. So it really makes sense. And I kudos to King for putting this together. He's the one that is the brain behind all this. So big props to him. I love the way he got it set up.
Right. Thanks, Tim. And basically, like I can later on, or actually later on today, I'll do some baseline numbers for everyone so you understand the whole science behind this. Basically, it's just basically a breakdown of, if you make it as far as a division series, your minimum amount of money in the pocket is like $70, $60. You make it to the next round, you have a minimum of amount of 120 to 180, and so on and so forth, going all the way through to the World Series. So you can have guys that made it to the conference finals still don't feel like they're cheated and they just got $80. No, you make it to the conference finals, you could be someone that's leaving with $220 or $300 or $400, and that's for four guys in the league. It's not just one guy. So you're going to have four guys make it to the conference finals, and three or four or all four of them just have $400 in their pocket already. And then, two of them is going to walk away with 400, and two is going to go on to the World Series to get more, to get even up to $1,000.
Which in past years, that's all you were bringing home if you won the whole thing.
Yeah, which in past years, as Tim is saying, the World Series guys pretty much took everything, and you can make it to the conference finals and get knocked out and barely get your money back. You get like 150. So it's going to be different this time around.
And this is the benefit for not paying all you guys something for the regular season. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. We held all the money for this tournament, and we're going to try and get you guys as much of your money back as you possibly can, but you're going to have to play and win it back. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
And in the conference finals, and in the conference finals, and in the World Series, there's no minimum payout. So a guy coming in there, if you sweep both series, which will be tough anyway, you can take away, if you get nothing before, if you say we zero you out, if you sweep the conference finals, that's $420, and if you sweep the World Series, that's $700. So that's over $1,120 just for sweeping those two series, if you were able to do something like that. And that's showing that there's still a lot of money out there to gain, even though we broke it down to where we have these minimum payouts. So the structure is set to divide it up even a little bit more balanced throughout the playoffs, and not just one guy taking everything. And even for the guys that's like, well, damn, man, I want to be the one guy taking everything. You go ahead and start sweeping shit. You can still take $1,500 because there's money before these two series that you would have won anyway. You're maxing out at $220 before you start these two series, and you add that to 1120. You're at 1120. You're at $1,340. So, and if you swept everything, I believe I calculated, if you swept everything, you're at $1,380 or close to $1,400, and that's a lot of money for playing in this league. $1,400 turnaround, and then you swept your way. You got your $1,400, but other guys don't walk away with a bitter taste in their mouth like he swept and he took all the money. No, you still, hey, I made it. I played him in the World Series. He swept me, but I still got $400 or $500. You understand? So there is still some satisfaction throughout everyone playing here, and that's what we want to have. So just to go over the logistics one more time, it's the same thing for all the series. You're going to name your four starting pitchers. There's going to be a Discord thread for that, and it's going to begin on November 9th, the conference finals. It'll run 9 days. You'll get 2 days off. Both guys have to agree. Everything that was done before, it will follow, same in the conference and the World Series. Name your 5, 6, and 7 pitchers at the end of those games, of the games prior. There'll be no minimum payout for the conference final. There'll be no payout, and each game on the conference final is worth $60. So every win you get there earns you $60 to what you have already totaled. I will be posting these brackets maybe in Excel format, or maybe I'll do an HTML or a PHP web page showing everybody's payout as we go along, one way or another. It'll either be an Excel sheet posted as a snapshot to everyone in Discord, or snapshot onto the website, or if I get the time, I'll do a PHP page showing the payouts as they go along, the final scores, and so on and so forth. The World Series, same business here. Post your 4 starting pitchers. There will be a Discord app thread for this. Post the 5, 6, and game 5, 6, and 7 starting pitchers as needed. The World Series starts November 17th, the middle of November. This will run 9 days, 2 days off. Both opponents have to agree on the days off. Both opponents have to agree on the game start times and let us know, because this will be live on Discord. I'm actually excited just to see the games live also. Some of you might mute yourself because you don't want to be flipping off as the games are being played, but that's pretty much it. Go ahead, Tim. I'm done.
The most important regulation and guideline that we're going to really press to everybody throughout the entire playoff. Now, we don't know how much we can control this, but we're going to do everything we possibly can to control it. And what I'm talking about is the network within your household, the people that are on the internet while you are playing, whether your child is on a device, whether your wife is on her phone watching Netflix, or on a tablet, or on a TV streaming YouTube television or network on a smart television while you're playing. That stuff cannot happen. Everybody in your household, we're going to ask you to tell everybody to get off the internet for the period of time that you're playing these games. If you cannot do that, then we're going to have some issues, and we're going to have to figure out a way to get you to dedicate your entire internet connection to these games in your PlayStation for the period of time that you're playing them. I know that might be a little difficult for some of you. You got multiple kids in the house. You got a wife. You got people living their lives, and you're expecting them to get off. We're asking for 50 minutes to an hour of everybody getting off of their internet, so that the majority of you guys, when we did your internet test connections in the beginning of the season, we did an average. You are on average, the guys in the league are running at about 5 to 10 megabytes per second upload. The download is much higher. The download is fine. The upload is what we're concerned with, because that's the amount that really plays a huge role in how these games are played. I remember a perfect example, and I'm not by any means, calling out anybody. Me and Jay Hills had a recent game, a series, probably about 3 series ago before the season was over with. He had a sister that was upstairs on her tablet or phone watching Netflix on the Wi-Fi while we were playing. He one hit me for 6 innings. I paused the game, politely asked him if anyone was on the internet in his house while we were playing. He said, "Let me check." He dealt with it great. He wasn't upset. He texted me back. He said, "My sister's on Netflix right now." I asked him to please just ask her to get off the internet until we get done with the series. The very next pitch after he did that, I hit a home run. Then the very next pitch after that, I hit another home run. I was down 4-0. That made it 4-2. So these types of what people don't seem to understand, and I know not all of you are real techie savvy, but if you have someone else in your house on the internet streaming YouTube or UP television or any type of streaming content, it will take from no matter whether it's Wi-Fi, it doesn't matter if you're hardwired or not, you're still taking some of the bandwidth that is in your house that you're paying for the speeds that you're getting. So what we're asking everybody to do is dedicate your internet for this hour, once a day, until you get done with the playoffs. Dedicate solely your internet to the PlayStation. Ask everybody, your wife, to go onto the cellular network if she's on her phone. Ask your kids to get off of, shut down their devices, whether it be a tablet or computers or laptops. Just tell everybody, just do this for me for an hour and I'll be good. And then I promise you, you'll get some of the best competitive games, clean connections that we can possibly get. And that's what we're shooting for. And I know King has been really big on this. If you guys got to take a look at King's speeds when he did his speed test, he has the fastest speed in the whole league. He has like 500 to 600 down, and he has over 100 to 200 up. I don't know what he's paying for, but that's what showed up on his PlayStation. There's not too many guys that have that type of speed. So when you combine his speed with a guy that only has say 100 down and 5 megabytes per second upload, it's really causing an issue in terms of connections, the speed and rhythm of the game, how fast the ball is coming in, how fast your bat swing is. It affects everything. So if I had my daughter watching, Moana on Netflix while I'm playing somebody, you can visibly see the game is slowed down because the internet is trying to compensate for two devices being on, running a high level of streaming at one time. So please, guys, if you have roommates, if you have family, this is really important. Get them off your internet for the time that you play the game, and then they can get right back on and do whatever they need to do. This is very important. King's going to probably elaborate on this. He'll tell you probably 1,000 different experiences he had with each of you this year. Some of them good, some of them bad. But regardless, it's definitely the most important rule this postseason is going to be getting everybody in your family, all your roommates, whatever situation you're in, get them off the internet, shut down their devices, get them off the Wi-Fi, and allow the game, the PlayStation, to basically monopolize your internet so that you can get the best connection for you and your opponent possible. Go ahead, King. I know you're probably going to want to elaborate on this, so go ahead and say your piece. I mean, I can't stress more how important this is going to be for solid connections in these games. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, so as far as I feel about it, it's like we're trying to create a competition, and the what you want in a competition is you want to create as much standard things so there's not this many variables. You don't need, if for a true competition, you need a lot of things to be standard, like, oh, we are all playing on grass, we all use a football, but honestly, we know that we're limited in how far we can take that when it comes to playing online in this online league. And honestly, the way I feel right now, I feel like this is no true test of anyone's. I feel the test of the best player is tainted now in many forms. For one, we can say, okay, the game plays a certain way over an internet connection. So there's nothing we can do about that. But what is the best possible for it to play over internet connection? Is it when everyone buys 20 on the upload and a higher download? We don't know. And err on the side of, if everyone could just get the most internet that they could possibly get, that would actually put them within some standard that will fit that. So we don't have that in this league. We got guys on 1 upload, we got guys on 5 uploads, we got guys on varying speed. Then we got guys on different TV setups. And guys can say, well, TV setups is not so much a big deal, but you put a pound for pound similar player. Well, I win 50 games, you win 50 games a year. And we're seeing that a pound for pound player that does the same thing on the same TV, if one guy changes and now he's playing on a Vizio, all of a sudden he's winning 80, 90 games. So like for me, I'm at the point of where I'm dissatisfied in how how we can make a standard for this competition. I don't feel this competition is standard. I've seen guys change their TVs and they become world beaters, and I don't feel they're world beaters. I feel they have gotten now the advantage. I've seen like if I play when I was on this system, when I played in this type of league format in 2010, and I never purchased faster speeds. When I played in that area, I felt I can beat everyone and no one could run over me. Now that I play, I go out there and do my best at buying more internet speeds as possible. There's games that I lose that I'm like, that doesn't even feel like I lost that game. The game plays as best as it could based on how much internet you bring in play. There could be stupid anomalies like you hit the meter, you hit X to stop the meter, and the meter didn't stop. It kept going. It could be someone just flipped on YouTube while you were hitting X to your meter, and then it just went an extra smidgen further. The pitch that was supposed to go high now goes right down the middle. Guy cracks a home run, walk off, game over. Little shit like that, people will say, "Oh, you're being petty about it," but honestly, that's where I'm at. I'm the type of person that wants a standard, true test, and I don't see it's too many variables, too many guys on different TVs, too many guys able to go change things, too many guys on different network setups, distances, MLB The Show changing shit on random. Oh, well, we'll slow down the pitcher speed and it won't be the same. The batter doesn't see this. Like, there's too much things going on to really show that this is a true test of who's the best of the best. So I'm disappointed in that, and half of it is not even anyone's fault because we deal with what the game gives us, and we deal with the fact that we're living in different cities and capacity on internet speeds in each city is different. So it's like you could just do what the best we got available, and let's just play it out and let's try to make it as fun as possible. But I believe everyone in the league should try their best to bring more to the table. If you can get more internet and you can, and it's only $5, why not do that? You're putting yourself and your opponent in the best chance of seeing if you are better or he's better. You know, if you're in the type of guy that's, you know, you're trying to figure out how to win, yeah, that's great. But also remember, we're playing a competition. And if you now figure out, well, if I connect my PlayStation through a computer, no one can hit me. You know, you shouldn't do it. You should check with the league. You don't, it's not win at all costs. It's not, I must get as many wins as I can. And, you know, now I can pat myself in the back and go in Discord and talk shit. You've just put yourself in an advantage, and I don't really see you as a winner. I don't see anyone outright as this much better than anyone unless we can sit both of these motherfuckers in the same house, run two different internet connections because we love playing the game over the internet, and we would have to all learn to play the game offline if we were to start. And that's when I can say somebody's the best of the best. I'm only saying this because I've seen when guys do changes, they become 80, they go from, oh, I win 60% of my games, and they go to 80, 90 game winners. So I got to call a spade, and that's what it is, you know. But all in all said, we're going to do what best we can do, and we're going to have some fun. Come on. And
I mean, we definitely know some of these
my
guys.
final words is bring the best you can in terms of setup, and not try to take an advantage in terms of setup. And that means internet, TV, and no other tricks that you damn well know that no one else in the league is doing, that you just found out on YouTube, or because you play 700 games in Diamond Dynasty, you just figured something out and you're gonna go use it in a league where none of these guys are doing shit like this.
And a lot of these guys are working guys, family guys. They don't have the time to sit here and find these little anomalies in the game, or finding something to do with your setup or TV, whether it's a setting inside your TV that you can manipulate to give you, you know, to slow the reaction time, or quicken the reaction time, or slow the pitch down. Who knows? There's a lot of different things on YouTube, man, and we have smart enough guys in here that take the time to look this stuff up and try and find an advantage, considering the fact, what, we got about $3,900 at stake here. why not? Try to do whatever you can to be the best you can be, and break the rules without anyone really knowing. You know what I'm saying? So we just ask you to be straight up, play the game right, play it by our rules, and don't do anything crazy. Put yourself in a great position with your connection and the network in your house to give everybody a chance to have a solid experience. And that's all we ask for. You know what I'm saying? If anybody, that's King baby. She is.
Yeah, I mean, and then and just to piggyback and just not kill a dead horse here. What we're basically saying is there's a standard that we expect for the league, and we know that not everyone in the league is going to be able to go figure out 10 million ways to get the TV to play so that they win 80 games. We know everyone is not going to be able to do all these things. And if we figure out you're the type of guy that's able to figure this out, we won't invite you because you're too advanced to be in the league. And it's not a bias, it's just there has to be a standard that everyone is playing by. And you're always going to be a World Series player if you're, well, I just figured out another thing. If I connect HDMI 20, I'm just making something up. If I connect an HDMI 20 to my TV, then I can hit every pitch. It's like you're the guy that's going out there figuring out stuff that's not standard, that the everyday working man, that's what this league is. Guys that want a little recreation after work. If you're the guy that's playing 700 games and guys at max can only play 200-300 games based on how we set it up, you're playing yourself out of the league. And they'll be like, well, he didn't invite me, they don't like me because I win. No, it's not I don't like you because you win, is that we can't control a fair standard for every single one in the league, and you should not have an advantage over anyone. If this was a true test, if you look at all sports, they all have the same facility. They all have the same means and availability of stuff to them standard. And we can't just have guys having extra stuff available to them and just knock over and run over the league. And it's showing that guys that end up doing a few extra things all of a sudden go from 50, 40 wins to 60, 80, 90 wins. So we wouldn't say anything if you figure these things out and it just gives you 5 wins and you're a little better and good for you. But if you're now all of a sudden unbeatable, it's like, no, we gotta figure out how to get that out of the league.
And then, like I said, it really comes down to us wanting everybody to have a great experience and have again, I can't stress you guys more. If someone is in your house streaming a movie or a video, watching anything that takes away from your internet, you are going to feel it in the game. That's how sensitive this game is to internet connections and rhythm and speed. Everything is about rhythm, speed, and timing in the show, in the game. So if you go ahead and you have your wife sitting next to you on the couch on Facebook watching a video, and she's on the Wi-Fi on her phone, you're essentially putting yourself at risk to not only making it more difficult for you to hit or pitch, but making it more difficult for your opponent to hit and pitch. Okay, these things are very, very important to guys trying to win a game, and you're hand strapping that, and you're essentially ruining the experience. So please try to understand how that all ties in together. Just because you're hardwired does not mean that you have a separate connection than your wife that's on Wi-Fi. It's all combined together, and it takes away from the game. It takes away from the speed. It takes away from the rhythm, and it can really, really dictate and determine the ending of the game and who wins and who loses. So for these playoffs, me and King are going to be Hitlers about, all right, who's on your internet in your house right now? We're going to ask you that. And we're going to ask you to be honest with us. And then we're going to ask you to tell your family to get off it. Okay? Whether you have control over that or not, you probably shouldn't be playing in the league if you don't have control over your internet. Okay? We need you guys to tell your family. I don't care if you're a kid and you got to tell your dad or your mom, I need this hour to myself with the internet. We're asking for 50 to 60 minutes to get through the game so that there's no possible way of something like happening like it did with me with Jay Hills when I, when he had a sister on Netflix. As soon as she shut off her device, I felt the game just speed up, and the ball was coming in faster, and I timed it better, and I hit 2 home runs back to back. I have it on video. I'll show it to you guys if you think I'm lying. I'm not. These are very, very important factors to giving your opponent and yourself the best chance of having a great experience. So please, guys, get everybody off the internet in your house for these games. It's imperative. It's got to happen. It's very, very important. The most important out of all of the, other than you not using, if you're on a Zoom call, don't be on the Wi-Fi with your Zoom call. Make sure you're on your cellular network, whether it's a hotspot or on the cell phone network through your phone. To shut off your Wi-Fi's. I do that every single game. I tell my wife to get off the Wi-Fi on her phone. I tell my son to get off the Wi-Fi. I get off the Wi-Fi on my phone when we play. Your phone is constantly drawing in, whether or not you're on something or not, it's constantly drawing in internet speeds for emails coming through, for notifications coming through, all types of different stuff. It's just too much of a factor. It plays too much of a role in your guys' connections, and we need everybody to have solid connections. So we're done with that. I don't have anything else to say. Best of luck to everybody. This tournament should be epic. We have everybody primed to play each other. This 3-game series is going to be wild. Very close seating, playing each other. All 8 games are going to be amazing. It's going to be fabulous. Best of luck to everybody. I'm looking forward to watching them all and seeing how the bracket, plays out. So, best of luck, and remember, emotions, guys. Keep your emotions in check. If some of these guys can't do that in the regular season, and if you do this stuff in the playoffs, guys, you're out of here, man. And I love all of you guys. You guys are my brothers. We've been playing this. Most of you guys have been playing with you for over a decade, but you've got to get control of your emotions and do not let it leak into the game, and do not let it show on Zoom call, because if you do, we're gonna have to step in and make a difficult decision that we don't want to make. Okay, so play clean. Play with be a machine. No emotion. Do what you got to do. Get a hold of yourself and play hard until the last out. No matter what the score is, I want to see everybody trying to the last out, putting 1,000% effort until the last out. There's so many guys that gave up this year, and I'm very disappointed in some of these guys. You guys are grown men. Take the losses. Do your best to try and come back next game. If there's no next game, then tip your cap to your opponent and then and be done with it. All right? That's it. I'm done. Good luck.
I got nothing much else to say, but the same thing, man. Good luck to everybody. Looking forward to seeing you guys battle it out live, mofos. It should be fun. Just jump on, turn off your Wi-Fi on your cell phone, or if you're gonna be fancy. I know some of you guys don't want to do all that extra work. You can just put up a hotspot from your cell phone to your laptop, and use your laptop if you want to. Go ahead, set up a nice view for us. The home team, the away team, don't stress yourself too hard, but we still want to see your TV. And let's have some fun, and let's make the games entertaining, because this is where it counts and this is where the payouts are. Thanks for playing. It's been a solid season. Peace.